So welcome to the node.js Technical Steering Committee meeting for July 29th, 2021. We'll follow the agenda that was posted in the issue in the repo, which was 1061. Before we get started, does anybody have any announcements they'd like to share?
A couple of releases today.
Okay, that's a good note to point people at. Okay, moving on. So the first issue that was tagged was renamed default branch from master to main. I don't think there's any specific updates on that one. I know I still want to get back and look at some of the repos that I'd sort of opened issues saying, hey, is it okay to do the rename? But I think that's still just progressing away. Then nobody has any other comments on that one, and we can move on to migration of core modules to primordials. This is 3697. I know, Rich, you were working to set up a meeting for interested people to get together, right?
Yeah, and the meeting is scheduled for Monday. It's 9 a.m. Pacific time, so I think that makes it 4 p.m. UTC, I forget, but all the relevant people have been notified. I think I put in the issue as well. One problem that Michael and I have discussed, which I'm just going to put out here right now, is that I cannot attend and Michael cannot attend, and it would be useful for someone to set up the Zoom, start the Zoom, and kind of just maybe keep the conversation on track. And so, yeah, so I don't know if anybody is available at that time and is sufficiently invested in the success of primordials, but not invested in necessarily having an opinion and, you know, in that conversation to kind of like run it or whatever. I'll probably reach out to Garish if no one volunteers, because I know he'll be there. And that was Michael's suggestion. But if anybody else would like to do it, you'd be doing me a big favor.
Yeah, I know I've set him up in the past so that he can stream. So just for the minutes here, when did you say that was? In whatever time zone I can put in.
It's 9 a.m. Pacific. I don't know if Antoine or anyone else knows what that is, UTC.
Okay. And just one last thing in case people are listening, is this open to anybody who wants to attend, or just the TSC members? Yeah, okay.
It's not just TSC members, but like we put out a call to RSVP and, like, you know, in the issue tracker, and kind of, I mean, my opinion is that we want to limit it to engaged folks, you know, and the TSC and collaborators conversation. The one person who did want to come who won't be able to make it is Jordan Harband, and Jordan sent me a summary of their concerns, and I will share that with the other people.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, so I think the time.
And I was right, it is 4 p.m. UTC.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, that sounds like that's on track, so that's good. We can probably move on. Go ahead.
I was wondering if we should remove that from the agenda, but actually let's not. Let's get a report on the meeting next week. So yeah, let's leave it. Okay,
sounds good. The next one that's tagged for the agenda is resigning from the CPC voting member 1043. We've had this on the agenda for probably 3 or 4 weeks as an FYI. I think
it's me.
Rich, you kind of volunteered, so and yep. I haven't heard anybody else. Okay, so Rich we'll do that. Okay.
Yeah, take that off the agenda, please. And I'll work with Mary offline on getting up to speed.
Okay. Sounds good. And I will, so maybe I'm just going to actually comment that in the issue and close the issue. Make sense? Okay. Next one is to be or not to be in core. This is 1041. And I think, Danielle, you were working to set up. Oh, I think we lost Danielle. I think she was having some internet issues.
Yeah. So she did comment in the issue today, I think, a few hours ago. Oh, wait, they're back. She's back. Promote her.
Okay. Yep. Right. Doing it.
Take it away, Danielle.
Hello. Yeah, so I just sent an email out to schedule a meeting for the next 2 weeks, or in the time, like for a time slot in the next 2 weeks. Sorry, my cat wants dinner, so you can hear him in the background. So yeah, that'll hopefully get scheduled. I guess if anybody else wants to be added, just let me know. I can pass you the Doodle link, and I'll also post in the issue to see if anyone, just as a last call for participants.
So it sounds like you got it all control and everything, but if you do end up having difficulty finding a time, something I did for Primordials that worked pretty well was, since most of the people who wanted to take part in that conversation were TSC members, I was able to look in the spreadsheet we have of TSC availability on Wednesdays and Thursdays and use that to kind of like narrow things down to just a few times. That made people more likely to actually fill in the doodle poll, but hopefully you won't need that. But just FYI, if it comes to that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That sounds great. Okay, so we're making progress on that one. Anything else before we move on to the next one? If not, then we can move on to Node.js Next 10. Mini Summit, just want to let everybody know that the Mini Summit is scheduled for next week. Would be great to have as many TSC members as we can in terms of contributing to what we think is going to be strategic for the next number of years. So that's why that's on the agenda. That is our regularly scheduled agenda items. We can move over to the strategic initiatives just to see. I'm going to open that list. See, so I guess, Antoine, anything on core promise APIs that you want to bring up this week?
No, nothing to.
Okay.
Report.
And I think that's the only person that we have in terms of tagged with one of the strategic initiatives. So that actually takes us to the end of our agenda for this week. Anything else we should talk about before we close out the private or the public section? Okay, well, thanks for everybody for watching. And if the TC members can